There's a huge problem with running Google ads for mortgage advisors. And in this video, I'm going to tell you exactly what those problems, challenges, and issues are and why you shouldn't be using Google ads unless you've got a huge budget. We're going to go through the key challenges and issues that you have if you're running Google ads. You know, cost, ad fatigue, competition, all of these things rack up the cost per lead. Then if you're using an agency to run the ads for you, you need to take in their investment, their cost as part of your cost per lead. And it takes ages to get a key return. So by the end of this video, you're going to have a clear idea as to if Google ads is the right thing for you and alternative solutions that you can use to generate more leads, increase your sales, and maximize your profit. So if you enjoyed this video, make sure that you hit me up with a comment below. If you agree or even disagree with what I'm saying with regard to Google ads, then all comments are welcome. But make sure that you do like the video, subscribe to the channel for future lead generation, sales, and strategy tips to grow your business, generate more income, and earn more, work less, and live your dream lifestyle. So one of the biggest issues and challenges that self-employed people, particularly mortgage advisors, have when running Google ads is you're playing to the 3%. Now, what that means is there's only 3% of the market that are actually ready right now, this very minute, to buy your product or your service, which means if you're imagining a funnel, the most amount of clients that you can have is at the top of that funnel. The smallest percentage that are ready to buy now, the 3%, the action takers, are the ones that are going to be going to Google, going to YouTube and searching, how do I? Can I get? That means that that is going to have a higher competition, which means that it's going to increase the spend per lead, the cost per lead. And also, you need to be jumping on those leads as quickly as you possibly can. Everybody wants to work with the 3%. We all like working with the buyers who are ready to get your product and service now. But the challenge that you have is, particularly in mortgage advice, the time that it takes to see the return. You might go and spend £1,000 this month on Google ads, and you might be able to generate 10 leads, £100 per lead, for example. The challenge that you have is if none of those 10 leads that you're getting into your business are ready to buy right now, this very minute, you've got to be able to cash flow yourself for another 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 months. Because particularly in mortgages, if someone is getting ready, is setting themselves up for success, is not looking to buy for 3, 6, 9 months in the future, you're not getting a return on your ad spend. You're spending £1,000 to get 10 leads to make no money. And this is where so many people go wrong. You need to make sure when working with Google ads that you've got a pot of cash and some reserves that you can continue to invest in those ads for the long term. But that leaves you with another problem, because let's say you've got a pot of cash sitting there. You've got 10 grand. You're going to do 10 grand over the course of 10 months. You should start seeing a return on your investment. Some of those leads are going to be ready to buy now. There's so many other variables that you've got to take into account with any advertising spend. You've got the offer, you've got the hook, the context, the video, the image, the landing page. You've got the audience or the targeting that you're using for those ads and making sure that that is absolutely accurate to get the right people to the landing page. Now, Google ads, let me caveat, can work wonders. But having invested in Google ads many times in the past, there's a huge number of variables that come into account as to whether those ads work. Of course, if you know over the period of 10, 12, 18, 24 months that you can spend £1, for example, and get £5 back, then that means that your ads are technically working. You know, you're making a huge return on investment. Problems continue when you're running Google ads because you've got to be quick. If somebody is online searching for your product or service or looking for how can I get a mortgage as a whatever, that person is searching. That means they are in the 3%, which means that you need to call that inquiry within 5 minutes to remove them from the market, to stop it going to the competition, to stop them going to another website, which means that you have to be by your phone 24/7, 365, waiting for those leads to come in. Now, you can reduce your cost per lead by buying them in the evening or potentially buying them in the weekends where there's less competition on Google ads, but you're going to find that the cost per lead is still much higher than other solutions that I'm going to talk to you about. One of the challenges that I've had in running my own ads as well is that you start spending on a particular keyword. For example, in my brokerage, we talk about self-employed mortgages. You start spending money on self-employed mortgages as a keyword. You start putting your ads at the top of Google, waiting for your ideal client to come and click on it. But what happens? The competition with larger budgets, with bigger businesses come in and increase the cost per lead that they're willing to spend, basically moving you down the positioning, resulting in less leads or a higher cost per lead for you because they're a larger firm with bigger budgets. So it can be really challenging, even if you move into niche environments, getting Google ads to work for your business in a cost efficient way that drives you a return. I do want to say Google ads can work. I've seen it work. I know many clients who make it work. They're using an agency who specializes in running ads for that particular area. They're lucky in the area in which they're targeting because you can go specific to your town, county, or postcode, and it happens to work relatively well. But for many businesses, for many mortgage advisors, trying Google ads, it's a huge investment that you need to have a big pot of cash to make it work, that you've got to wait a long time in order to see a return on that investment. You've got to be calling the leads really, really quickly, which means that you're constantly a slave to your phone, making sure that you're getting those buyers and removing them from the market, which means that you end up with quite a lot of stress. You're paying out a huge amount of money, you're not seeing a quick return, and you're investing a huge amount of time into contacting those inquiries. So what's the alternative? What other thing can you do? When I got back to mortgages in 2016, there was a few key things that I did to bank in excess of £300,000 within a 12-month period. The first thing was deciding on a niche. Who is my target client? Who is the perfect person that I can help to find a solution for? The second thing was, what questions do they have? What challenges are they facing? What problems are they getting when they go to the bank, when they need some assistance? Which meant that knowing what my niche is, knowing the content that I needed to create, I could leverage social media. I could go to networking events. I could put time and energy at my discretion based around my lifestyle, my family, my kids, my wife. So I was able to go and have really good conversations with people relating to self-employed mortgages. I was able to then get those people onto social media where they were able to see my content and see the niche where I specialized in their particular area. And then once the time that I'd invested into organic content marketing with a niche, with content, with social media, and with networking and face-to-face environments, I then started to work out, how could I convert that audience, those fans and followers, into a lead and a paying client? And I started to leverage a way of data capture. And there's multiple different ways you can capture your audience. Anything that you give them of high value, but low cost to you, that where they exchange their name, number, and email address. So then you have their contact details. Now, that meant that when I went to a networking event and I was given the opportunity to do a 30-second pitch, for example, to 70 people in a room, I could put a QR code up if I was allowed to use slides. Or I could say, how many people have had this problem? Would you like? And I could offer up something free that they would exchange for their name, number, and email address. And all of a sudden, I then started working on my marketing techniques, niche, content, social media, marketing techniques to turn audience into emails, into contact details, because then those buyers are really bought into you. They've put their hand up, signaled an interest in your content, and then they have wanted to get onto your email list. And by being on your email list, you've got the opportunity to own that data, which you don't do if they're on social media. You've got the opportunity to build a relationship with them through email communication, and everybody still leverages email. And that means that you are getting them well advance of them going to Google saying, can I get a mortgage as a whatever? I need to do this. You're capturing them before they go to Google. The final point is that your email list is a huge asset to your business. Your social media audience, yes, it's an asset, but you don't own their name, number, and email address. If you were to sell your business in the future, and you can turn around and say, we've got X number of people on our list, and X number of people are engaging, and X number of people are consistently buying, we're sending X number of emails on a weekly basis, monthly basis, and this is how many buyers it produces, That's a consistent, predictable flow of money into your business that makes it hugely valuable. So if you want to understand more about this, it's the entire topic of my next book called The Lead Generation Guide. It's how you can attract your ideal client and increase your sales. It's going to be on Amazon. You're going to be able to grab it very, very soon. And I would love for you to let me know your thoughts on this video. If you're currently running Google ads, whether they're working or not for you. If you're looking at running a lead generation machine that will bring you leads for a lifetime, where you use a niche, content marketing, social media, data capture marketing techniques to increase your sales within your business. Facebook ads are fantastic. The problem is most mortgage advisors do them incorrectly and do them the wrong way. When you start playing the long game and stop looking for the 3%, you'll build a business that is absolutely future-proof. Hope you enjoyed this video. It's an area in which I'm hugely passionate about. I love marketing. I love lead generation. I've trained hundreds of advisors on how to increase their leads and generate more sales. I'd love to help you too. So let me know if you're going to be grabbing a copy of the book. We will put a link below when it goes live. So if you're watching this and the book is already live, then you will be able to grab it by clicking on the show notes. Have a fantastic day. Remember, now's the time to become pro.